What up, BMT fam? We're back, season 4, brand new episode, Identities. What's yours? We're about to find out. Let's get into this.
Hey, buddy, you got Puma on the mic.
Tony T right next to him.
You got Charles the Future.
We are the future Charles.
Not them.
Not ever them. Not ever them. Season 4 in the house. We got Bucky's on the ones and twos holding it down. How you doing, Bucky?
You know what? I think
It has begun.
Yes.
Good shit.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Guys.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
And not even guys. Gentlemen.
Gentleman.
This whole podcast started almost 1 year ago to the day.
We get it.
Almost.
Almost.
Few days.
By a few days. We're a few days off.
Yeah.
What, June 7th?
Yep.
And this is the beginning of June.
But the funny thing is we started as an audio first.
Oh, it was just audio. There
Audio.
was no
It was,
video.
yeah.
Camera.
There was no video, and now we're here. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. And we have a jam-packed episode for you
Yes, we do.
because it's been a month since we've done a show, right?
We need a vacation.
We need a little break. We need to recharge our batteries, get ready for this new season.
And figure out some new shit for you guys.
God, we have some good shit
Oh,
for
yeah.
them.
We
This
sure
season,
do.
we have so many good things, so many topics that we want to talk about. So we want to pick your brains. We want to expand this knowledge.
Of course.
We're going to pick our own brains.
We're gonna pick. I'm gonna find things, find out things about you guys,
Probably.
Of course.
right, Bucky?
is that a good thing?
It might be a good thing. It might not be, but you know what? We're here now. So, today we're talking about
Identities.
identity.
Finding it.
Find it.
Yeah, find your identity.
Find your identity.
Or what is your identity?
What is your identity? Now, here's the thing. Look, at a certain point, you got to figure out who the fuck you are.
Of course.
Let's just put it down that way.
Why are you being
Who
angry about
are you, right? And I'm not gonna go too detailed. Look, I'm not talking about your sexuality. I'm not talking about your gender.
No.
I hope you figure that shit out as soon as possible. Whoever you are, be you. All right. But once you figure out who you are in that sense, you got to figure out who you are in this world, because this world, you know what? This world doesn't care.
Trust me. Nobody gives a fuck about your feelings.
Nobody gives a fuck about your feelings. But what you got to understand is who you are. And once you figure out who you are, then I feel like you could take the next step in life.
Then the rest kind of falls into place.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where we kind of want to lead this episode, because this is breaking M theory.
Of course.
And this is men out there, fellas. It's not easy. It's not easy being
Cheesy.
exactly. Freezy, fleazy, steezy, whatever steez you want to be. It's not easy, but the sooner you figure out where you are at this moment, the sooner you can develop and be who you want to be.
Of course.
Right? So, do we have bullet points?
It's gonna take a while, but I think at the end of the day we all figure it out.
I mean, that's the goal,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And I feel like we kind of have an idea where we're at in this moment
Yes.
in our life right now.
Oh, we're bonded, bro.
Yeah, bro, we're brothers. We're brothers.
It took a while to get there. It wasn't something that happened in
Dude,
one
think
day.
about this. This was a dream.
Yeah.
A year ago,
It was a joke.
it was like, yeah,
It's easy.
It was for fun, and it still is fun.
Oh, of course.
But we develop it to be bigger than what it is
Like and subscribe.
and what it was.
By the way, like and subscribe.
Always like and
Yeah,
subscribe.
follow us
We have 2 accounts, YouTube and Rumble.
and Rumble and
And
our
TikTok.
Instagram, and now we got TikTok.
Now we got
going
TikTok
on.
now, too.
So I mean, hey, if you want to find us, you better find us, and you can jump on the shit,
Yep.
right? So Bucky, lead us in. Tell us what we got. What do we have to know about
All right, so
finding
today's
our
topic
identity?
is finding our identity. And let's start off with, who are you?
That's a loaded question.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Well,
I think I literally said that in the intro.
that's the question we have to ask ourselves, right? It's not who you think you should be, who you think other people tell you who you are. It's who are you? And once you kind of figure that out, you can actually that's like your base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what? This is what I am.
Who are you and what defines you?
And it doesn't come overnight,
No, of course not.
right?
It could take a lifetime.
It can, but and whatever you are right now might not be who you are
Later.
later in time, in the future, right?
So here's the thing: if your
yeah.
parents are involved with you, they will show you something in sports. They'll show you the way. When I was struggling, well, what do I need in my life?
There's different influences. A lot of parents are very involved in their child's, development.
Yeah.
So in those cases, yeah, they can lead their kid to find their own identity, right?
Absolutely. Like it's kind of a little bit of indoctrination sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of times parents especially,
Parents, it's a big involved.
or whoever's raising you wants you to be a certain, like, you know what, you're going to be a doctor.
Exactly.
You're going to be a lawyer. And
You'll
you're
be a
gonna,
singer.
You're going to be this. You're
You're
going
going
to
to be the football player.
But at the end of the day, once you mature and develop, you gotta feel like, well, no. That's not me.
Yeah.
This is me.
Mhm.
Right?
And that happens to a lot of people. Even when their parents lead them into what they want them to be, they're like, shit, this is not for me.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
The weird part is sometimes it works out.
Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Right.
But other
Well,
times,
at least you have a path. You're not lost.
Right.
Versus you have no path. You gotta pick where to go.
you can thank for your parents for that. At least they gave you
So
a
you-
path which you can go to. You
Yes.
could choose to go here, or you could choose to go wherever you want.
Right. Yeah, and I think there's a certain point where eventually you start thinking to yourself, is this for me?
Yeah.
And if it is, then
Fantastic.
continue, go for it.
Yeah.
If it's not for you, then you need to find that out way sooner than later,
Yeah.
because you might realize that you're in a situation that you don't want to be, or you're going to be unhappy,
Of course.
and that's where people get, they have to basically start their lives all over.
Yeah.
Because
Sometimes
they-
you get lost in the identity you are, and
Because
then
or the identity that somebody placed on you.
yeah, and then you realize that that's not for you. Like shit, now I got to start from scratch again.
And I mean,
And sometimes it's not that easy.
it's not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think, like, we have to kind of we have to keep on going in that
Yeah.
sense. Like, we do have to be able to change. But
Well, we're always going to be learning and developing what we are and who you are willing or what you want to become.
exactly.
You always got to progress in life, no matter what.
Yeah,
I think
And
so.
you always have to have an open mind to whether what you want to be and what other people want to be.
of course.
I mean,
always.
you should never stop learning. That's one thing that
Well, that's the beauty of it.
right?
Mhm.
Life is
It,
beautiful.
it keeps you from being ignorant.
Ooh, fuck you.
You know what? We
Dropping
should
dollars.
we should go straight to that part.
But we're almost there. Okay, so continue. What else?
Should we jump to that spot since we brought that up already?
Okay, well, you brought it up. Let's
So a negative trait or a negative part of it is ignorance or making mistakes. Trying to find the wrong identity.
yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, the thing is, I say, if you become 15 minutes of fame, that's the part kind of kicks in your ignorance, because you got all this money. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, it depends. Were you looking for the 15 minutes of fame, or is it something that just fell upon you?
It just falls upon you.
But it's not about money, though. I mean,
It does.
not all the time.
You would hope it is, but it's almost like that the Insta fame, the 15 minutes of fame, right? Where, like, hey, ain't no joke. I've seen literally guys put themselves on fire so they can get clicks. Like, I saw a dude.
Because I'm an island boy.
Oh,
No,
don't you go there.
No. You're not an island boy. You're a.
Because
I'm
we're
a boy, and I'm gonna rake that hoe. Okay, we made a song.
Oh shit.
Why'd
We
you have to
gonna
break-
yeah. You let it out. We're
I'ma
about to do it.
plant
We're gonna do it
them
later.
seeds.
And then I'm gonna plug them weeds.
God.
No, but they had nothing. Those guys had nothing.
Oh, of course. And,
Right?
look what
Dude,
happened to them.
By the way, you guys put me onto that.
I
Right.
had to show it to who.
You had to show it
was
to me. I had no idea about that. Was last year's big thing.
That shit was great. That shit was hilarious. Stupid but hilarious.
But that's the part I'm saying. That's ignorance. The part you get the.
That's
fame,
right.
Then when
Oh,
you
so
We
where-
get
where-
entertained
where
by
are
the
they?
most
Where are they
ridiculous
now?
Hold on. Let me just add. Is
Yeah.
that ignorance or is that confidence?
Oh, it's
Because they were confident that they were going to make it somewhere.
Yes, but for
but
how
they
long?
they didn't
they didn't follow through.
didn't follow
They didn't look further ahead.
exactly.
I didn't think they were. I think they literally just did that just for fun. It fell in their lap and they were like, oh shit, this is a big thing now. They got their shit and then they just squandered it. That's what I think.
Okay.
And I don't want any of that for anybody out there, like squandering.
Of course.
if you're gonna do something with a purpose. Do something with like plans to do something better of yourself, not just be like,
course.
oh.
I have a question for the audience.
Yeah. Okay. What's that?
Go for it.
Let's see this in the comments if it ever comes up.
Okay.
Is money worth your value?
I ask myself a lot of times when I watch these like TikToks, when I watch these videos, these YouTubes of people doing some fucking retarded shit, like
Everybody's trying to do anything for a click, dude.
anything for a click,
Yep.
right?
But
Sell
is that your
yourself.
personality though? No. I mean,
Actually,
that's-
that could be.
it's
That-
it's a brand. It's not your personality.
but it could be something that they're trying to do. They're trying to find their little niche.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's trying to find their niche.
Yeah.
I mean, let's keep it 100. I think we're trying to find our niche,
Of course we are.
but I feel like our niche is being honest,
Yeah.
right?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Too many of us not living our dreams because we are living our fears.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. I mean, a lot of people hold back because they're afraid.
Something will go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're afraid to fail. Oh, which leads to the
Shyness
question.
is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Do not be afraid to fail. Sometimes in
You have to fail because
the failure
you will learn.
you will learn.
Yep.
I take failures as positives. Like
Yeah.
I learn if I fuck up, if I do something and I fall on my face, I'm like, damn, okay. If I do that, that's what's gonna happen. So let me pivot, let me change. And life is pivoting. Life is changing.
Always,
You have to accept the good with the bad. Because if you get burned and you don't do anything, then you're never gonna do anything ever again. But if you go, oh shit, okay, if this burns, okay, how can I prevent that? How can I make this better?
Don't let the wall stop you. So you get to the wall, pivot. Get to the next wall, pivot to the right. You know, keep on going.
You know, there's a famous Chinese proverb: "Failure is the mother of success."
Oh yeah.
Meaning,
Yeah.
we can always learn from failures to eventually succeed.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. One.
Or is a warrior is someone who is get up even he can't even get up.
Yeah. A warrior is someone who gets up even when he feels like he can't
Even
get
when
up.
they can't get up.
When you get knocked down, you get back up, and I get up again. That's a song, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to even. But
No,
you know,
but we all have the problem like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I can't do it anymore.
Everyone does.
But we
Yeah.
get up somehow.
hey,
It depends on you. It depends on
Well,
you
you
as
guys-
a personal person.
Well, you
if
guys-
you want to get back up or you don't.
But you guys, what's the Tyson's favorite line? Everybody has a plan.
Until they get punched in the mouth.
They get punched in the mouth. You know what? And here's the thing. If you get punched in the mouth, what are you gonna do then?
You're either gonna respond or you're gonna cower down like a bitch.
And I ain't carrying down like no bitch.
Hell no.
No, and none of you should out there.
Nope.
None out there should do that either. So there you go.
So learning from your mistakes. Once you get through that and you try to look for like acceptance, how do you feel like you should be able to look for acceptance in your own skin?
Well, first, if you want anybody to accept you, you have to accept yourself.
Yeah, so you got to be comfortable in your own skin too.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So how do you get to that point? You feel
In other words, you gotta pretty much know everybody.
Well,
it's more confidence, right?
That's what I'm saying.
well, here's the thing, and here's the real truth, right? Regardless of how you feel, there's always gonna be a fucking hater.
Oh,
Yeah.
always.
There's always gonna be a hater, somebody who doesn't like what you're doing, somebody who thinks you're whack, you're dumb, you're lame,
They could do better than you.
They could could do it. You think you're good? I could do that 10 times better than you. And the truth is, you don't matter. You don't matter. What
that's so
matters is
great.
what's right here.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
that. Yeah.
Right.
I
You
get
know what I'm
that.
saying? So once you put two and two together and you realize that whatever they say doesn't really affect you,
Nope.
soldier, bro. Soldier.
I mean, to be honest, another bullet point is to prove your identity is just to kind of like, prove that you can do things. You don't care about what other people think.
Yeah.
That's
because
the
that's
point.
who you are.
That's the point.
So I mean,
If
proving
you're
your-
if you're just looking for the validation of everybody, then you're not gonna get nowhere. You're never gonna find your identity.
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Well,
where the acceptance
Pretty much
comes in.
happened to me when I said, "Let's do the podcast." People are laughing at me.
So right
Like,
before you brought it to us,
Yes.
and you mentioned this to a few people.
Like, you waste your time. It goes take too long to get your subscribers.
because they didn't have the confidence.
because they didn't
to
have
be
the
able to
will
do it.
or the goal
Yeah.
to want to continue.
So I didn't care what they said. I did it.
Low key, no joke. Like this man right here, he he has that vision. Like for me, like you brought that vision to me, and I was like,
You're thought of perfect movie.
I really thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Can this? Is this something possible? I was like, you know what? I like what you're saying. I like the ideas that you have. Let's see if it works. And dude, we started what, March of last year, right?
That's what I'm saying. We started as
You no,
audio.
not even me. I
Us.
wasn't even involved. It was
Me and
just
him
YouTube.
started in March of last year, and
recording
we got
like
you
silly
in the,
things.
we got you in the next couple months. And after that, we did our first episode around this time, June 7th.
June 7th.
So now we're exactly what I accomplished a little bit.
Yeah.
Tiny bit of seed.
Well,
You gave us the idea, and we fucking ran with it.
further.
Well, here's another thing. You gotta speak it into existence.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of
right?
course.
You first you gotta believe yourself, and if you believe yourself, then other people will actually
Will
believe
believe.
the things you're talking about because you believe it so strongly. And he believed it so strongly that I was like, you know what, this could work.
You know
This
what?
could work.
He did this whole new thing called manifesting.
Manifest destiny. Is that what we're
No,
doing?
he just said manifest. He manifested this whole thing.
Yeah.
He did.
It's like, this is why he's the future. He's like, I see
Yeah,
myself in a
hey,
podcast.
hey, yo, we fucked around a little bit.
I see myself in a podcast later on with my best friends.
I will see myself in a podcast. I will talk about the things. Hey, but I want you to go Hollywood though.
I'm not going Hollywood. I'm going.
We need
knowledge.
Hollywood,
I'm
Charles.
going knowledge right now.
Knowledgewood?
Knowledge Charles.
Knowledgewood? Is that what
Knowledge
you're
future.
doing? Okay.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next.
Oh,
one then.
let's keep
Yeah.
it going.
So, with that said,
Okay.
you know, does this define who you are? So, do jobs define you?
Ooh.
This podcast define who you are?
In some sense, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not up there yet.
Right.
Work on it.
But that's another bullet point.
We in the
So,
process. We in the process.
Yeah.
So okay, let's
For-
break this down a
But
little
we're
bit.
talking about daily work. Like,
right.
let-
right.
okay,
It's
let's-
it's
let's
called
break
a
this-
segue. It's called segue.
It's a segue. It is a segue. But let's break this down then. Can your job define who you are? The
No.
answer is yes.
Depending on what you're doing.
depending
Well-
on what you're doing.
Okay, back in the day, if you were a blacksmith, that's who you were,
Yes.
right?
Well, jobs were a
Are you
lot more simplistic back
are
then.
you a smithy, sir?
They were
But
more
that's-
simplistic back then. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Coming from that,
You a farmer, you a
Today-
farmer.
you know, if you're a computer tech, you know, does that define who you are? It shouldn't, but that's your
Yes.
skill. That's your skill.
Yeah.
But people will come up to you like, if you're a lawyer, for example, if you're dating, for example, and a mom, I don't know, this is my view. If a parent says, "Oh, you're dating a lawyer," ooh,
Right.
that's his identity, right?
yeah.
Or doctor, ooh,
Ooh.
that's the identity that they look at, right?
Uh,
I could be wrong.
I'm a podcaster.
Hey, you know what?
Let's
Before-
see-
before
let's
we
see how
go on,
much
you
that
gotta-
flies.
You have to watch that movie, You People, because it has something to do with that.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's on Netflix, guys. I don't know why I'm promoting.
Hey,
it.
by the way, also you have to watch that movie Missing
always watch that movie Missing.
on
I heard it
Netflix.
was good. I heard
Just
it
came out on Netflix. Real good.
Yeah.
You know.
Somebody
was on it. Somebody worked on it.
somebody
but-
worked on it, but we don't know who.
No.
You might know him.
I guess you gotta wait in the credits to see the name. To the end. Last name? Way in the bottom? Lola?
Wait, the-
On the low- on the
just
low.
We're tangenting. Come on,
Yeah, I
guys.
know
Get
we're
back,
tangent,
get
but
back.
we're promoting you, bro.
yeah,
Oh,
man.
thank you.
Okay, bring us back. Sorry, 'cause we went off.
Does your job define? who
Okay,
you
does your
are?
job define you?
I say no.
No, it doesn't
It's
necessarily.
not.
have to
It's not
define
even
you.
a straight no.
Well, here's
Because
here's
it
the weird.
depends on what it is.
Here's the weird thing, right?
Well,
Like-
the thing is, you go to school, that defines you where you, how much you put your work on it.
Well, okay, so let's put it in this terms. Who you are is the sum of the parts. It's not your job. It's not your family. It's not your relationships. It's not your ideology. It's all of them combined.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes your identity, right? Like
In a weird way, in those different situations, you would probably actually have different personalities.
you can.
Yeah.
I have a work personality and I have a non-work.
That's
personality.
exactly why I brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I have my work personality. I have my off-work personality.
It's
Hey,
weird.
Can we do a little experiment here?
Sure, let's go.
What you
Do
got?
it.
All right.
I don't like this.
I don't like it either, but I want him to do it.
I want. I know. I'm not gonna do it. I want to see your work personalities.
Oh, God.
Well, number one, in my work personality, I don't cuss.
Okay.
Me neither.
Okay. But how do you interact? Say Charles is your client.
Okay.
How do you interact?
Well, I'm walking in. I got the package. You know, I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what?
I got the package ready with me.
I got I got a package.
You got
Happening
Not that type of package, right?
You got
Relax,
the
relax.
package?
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Oh, sir.
You guys are going too far.
I guess.
Wait. Tangent.
Oh, there it is.
Tangent again, damn it, tangent.
Yeah. So he got the package.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, yeah. Okay.
And I tell you the name. I was like, is this you? And you're like, yeah, right?
Wait, who?
Wow. Yeah, we're not going down this route.
Well, you got
This ain't
to.
gonna go well.
You got to respond like you were working.
Again, do you know the address?
Yeah. 123 Fifth Street.
There you go. 123 Fifth Street. Is this you?
No.
Then go to hell. I don't give a
Well, that just
Yeah,
went to hell.
you're,
Well,
just,
look,
you're
look.
just throwing it off course. Get out of here.
Well, well, my job does definitely affect me, the person I am, because
Yeah, of course.
it forces me to be patient because I work. I feel like
There
I'm
you go.
I'm a
It
teacher.
helps you become patient.
Yeah,
So
well,
you're-
here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I'm at work, my my bullshit meter is like
It's very
way up here. I'll let shit go. And then when I'm out of work, I'm like one fucking person like
Said
cuts in
something
front of
wrong.
me. Get the let's go. Let's go. Right? Because I literally all my bullshit has been given up to my job.
Well, here's the thing. I see.
Yeah.
You take all the bullshit, like, oh, I got
Yeah.
to be patient. But the second you see one of us, oh, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
hey,
true.
hey,
That's true. That's true.
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
He needs to step into my office.
Oh, of course.
Why?
Why?
Because you're fucking.
All right, later, guys.
Yeah, that's
But no, but to reiterate this whole thing, yeah, you have to have a lot of patience in your normal day-to-day job,
But you take it.
regardless of what it is you're doing. Because even I have to do the same thing.
Sorry, that's true.
Again, I go to optical, places all the time, and these people some of them are pretentious. They take the time, put the packages together,
And you're inside boiling.
And I'm
inside.
just like, come on, let's go, and then finally, boom, then I'm out.
Yeah.
So you have to have that patience in a way. Yours is
Yeah.
you got to interact with people.
Yes. Like I said, I am a teacher.
Yeah.
I help
Oh,
people.
profesor.
Huh?
You're maestro.
Yeah, and maestro. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Of course.
And then sometimes I have a classroom full of people.
Yeah.
Literally, I think I do my job very well. I'm very, I know how to interact with people. So I had one person, like it's on my board still, it's like, thank you, Mr. Puma.
Thank you, Mr. Puma.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's on my board.
question.
Yeah.
You bring
Apple.
exactly.
They better. I actually, if they bring me lunch, you can go home early. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll sign you off.
But okay, so let's get down to it a little bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some people, their job could be their identity, right? If you're a doctor, you're right. That might be more of a like that's who you are. You save lives.
Okay,
Right,
well, if
but-
you're
Actor.
talking like doctor, lawyer, actor,
Yeah.
then you kind of found your identity in a way. Not really, but you're gonna work at
Yeah.
it, and as far as you can go.
But you're still a person. You're still that. You're still.
So
a
how
person
about
that-
this? If you're like,
But sometimes that position.
As friends and as colleagues.
okay, how about this? Like, how about if you're like a computer technician, code writer? Is that your identity?
Well, remember that position.
That could be.
That position in a weird way defines you because people are expecting you to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
know?
So
Make it more easy. Like Kobe Bryant. I'm pretty sure when he goes before he goes to sports, he's a family man, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once he goes to the court, he's a star.
Right. So
He changed everything.
so
Yeah.
does that
As he
tie
gets to the
into
court, he was Superman.
Yeah.
does that tie into multiple identities?
yes.
Yeah, it does.
Actually, thank you, Bucky.
It's called transitions.
Transitions.
course.
You're
Segue,
not stuck to one
segue,
identity,
sorry,
right?
segue.
Exactly.
You're right, because at work you might be, you might be Kobe Bryant superstar. At home you might be dad, right? To your wife you might be husband.
Yes.
To your family you're just like brother. So you're right. Like different people might see you in different ways, and that reaction that you have with that interaction that you have with those people is gonna differ in the situations that you're in,
Of course.
right?
Yep.
But there's at this point, this is where I start saying like you got to figure out what type of person you are. Are you? Well, I mean, there's traits that we have, right?
Well, the reality is there's no real thing. There's no real actual thing that is gonna define you. No, you need to be this. You need to be this, right?
There's
You
people
need-
that put
you're
that
gonna
put that on
have-
you.
There's people that put that on you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're the one that has to pick who you are and what it is,
Right.
and what makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you'd rather have, like, say, no family, broken family. You take a path, a journey, you have no clue. Versus you have a family, they show you at least a way.
Okay, well, if you pick the path your family wants, cool, it'd be cool, but maybe you might be miserable, and maybe you pick a different path.
It can be the
And
same
they
thing.
and they don't like that.
They don't like that, but
But
it makes
you're
you
happy.
It makes you feel great.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? You're a violent person, killer.
Well, that's
Well,
a different
that's
story.
a whole nother story,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying. It can happen.
You're taking it too
Yeah,
far.
it can.
Well, it can happen.
Well, you're
No,
looking at
not.
extremes, but then you do whatever you want to do. Okay?
You go murder all
You
of
want to
them.
murder people.
You go do that.
No, but I'm just saying, something's better. You have a family versus a broken family.
Well, okay. Well, then you're going outside your identity and you're choosing your family instead of what you want to really be.
No, you're saying the opposite. If you have no family, you're pretty much.
It's two paths, so that's why instead of being alone without your family, picking the thing you want, you rather pick the thing your family wants, so you're good with your family.
In a way.
And some people are good without their family, right? Maybe you have a family that doesn't support you. Maybe the family that puts you down. Unfortunately, I've known people that
There is a lot of those.
there's family that like that they tell you, you know what, you're not going to amount to anything. You're nobody.
Yep.
And why even bother, right?
No.
At that point, you got to be like, you know what? No, you're holding me back.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out who you are in that sense.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's two ways to look at it, right? Like, yeah, could you have a strong family that supports you and says, hey, you know what, you can do this, and can you have family that tells you, you know what, you're a piece of shit?
Oh yeah.
Of course. At the end of the day, you got to figure out what's the truth for you,
Of course.
and that's.
What was that?
Three.
See, he got bored.
Now he can step into
No,
the
no, no,
Hey.
no.
Bucky,
no.
can you step into my office?
No,
'Cause
no,
I
no.
had a poignant point.
Research. It's called research.
What, a music on?
Okay.
Wrong page.
Oh shit.
But that's my point, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, regardless of if your family accepts you or if they don't accept you, again, acceptance. I think this is one of the bullet points.
Yeah.
You have to accept yourself,
Of course.
right? Now,
You have to
do I
accept
feel
yourself
like
before
do I
anybody
feel like
accepts
if your
you.
family accepts you, is that better? Of course it is. When other people accept you, who you are, who you know you are, that's great. But here's let me give you the reverse card. Does other people accepting you make you feel like that's the right path just because they accept you?
That depends on the person, because some people actually do believe that the acceptance that they get from others is what justifies what they're doing.
Yeah.
Is-
Which
yeah.
goes back to this Insta fame, which goes back to this fake life
Yeah.
where the clickbait where people are like, oh, if I have like 100,000 people or 1 million people that like this video of me, doing this illegal shit. Because okay, have you guys seen this guy in Britain?
Yeah, that would like go into people's houses.
He'll go into people's
like,
houses
randomly.
Yeah.
He will break in.
He'll break
Yeah.
in their people's house.
He
I
did, like,
forgot
3
his name,
times.
and I'm not gonna give him his name because I'm not gonna share his
His bull. Yeah. I
his
get that.
bullshit. But he would he would embarrass people. He would like do things to like hurt people. Go into people's like literally go into your like imagine you're at home on you're eating lunch at your house and he breaks into your house and you're like, oh, what's going on? And he runs in your house and just filming it the whole time and you're like, what the fuck's going on? And he's fucking with you. And of course, what does he have? Like 1 million followers?
Yeah,
Couple
because
million followers?
It's just like reality. People
Yeah.
want to see.
It's
what,
that reality
what he
TV.
does.
Was it TikTok or?
It was TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. Like honestly, like you're looking for other people's validation to make you feel like you're worthy of something else, and I think that's
And you're ruining other people's
and
peace.
you're ruining other people's lives.
I'm surprised
It's
he's still alive.
it's been.
Because it
I mean,
actually-
he's in.
Dude, I saw him on Piers Morgan.
Was it-
Yeah, like really? Like why you gonna have that guy on there? Like that's the kind of stuff that bothers me.
Because they rather see that spicy shit. That's what gives them their ratings.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Hey.
it's the thrill.
How about this? Do you want me to do something spicy? Should I slap the future?
Why slap me? Why you slap the next to you?
Can I slap Tony T? Hey, can I put the camera on Becky? Hey, let's see. Hey,
No,
See your face.
no, it would have been.
See your
It would have
face.
been better.
See your face.
It would have been better with life.
Show your face, brother. Oh,
That's great.
that was great.
I like that.
That's a good one. All right, continue.
All right, so moving on.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the most important trait in you as a high value person?
Ooh.
Isn't there answers to that?
Is there options?
There are options.
Yeah.
Well, not
There are
options.
options.
I think this is kind of like a building block. So you have integrity, empathy, and compassion, right?
Yes.
That's one of them. Another one's personal growth and knowledge, and knowledge. And the last one would be, well, I guess this because this could be a trait is wealth, money, and fame.
Right.
That
so
brings back
so
everything
the,
that we
so
said
there's
earlier.
this dude from Britain that is looking for wealth, money, and fame. Right. You know what he lacks? Empathy.
Right.
And for me, being a good human being, the hardest one of everything you just said is empathy
And compassion.
and compassion. Is
That's the one you would pick.
that's the hardest thing to have though.
Yeah.
It's not even the one that I would pick, and I believe me, I try to have empathy, but unfortunately, a lot of us we have our own mentalities where we want certain things, and
I was already picking the second one.
which one?
The knowledge,
Knowledge is
personal growth.
personal growth is great.
That's
Uh,
weird.
that's
Yeah,
what, but this is what I'm
great.
telling you. Like the hardest one to have
Is that first one.
is empathy,
Yep.
is compassion, right? Because we think about ourselves first, and then other people second.
Exactly.
Empathy means you have to think about other people's first,
Yeah.
and then you second.
Yeah.
And that's extremely difficult for most people out there. Here's my thing.
It's a rarity to find.
Hey,
something
here's,
like
I
that.
mean, in my old advanced age, I've learned to have a little bit more empathy, a little bit more compassion, but you got to balance that out
Of course.
with personal knowledge.
Yeah.
With
What you know.
with
Yeah.
what you know, because if you do those, in my opinion,
Wait, which one you had to pick? Which one you had in order for you?
it's not even an order. It's like you should. By the way, you should have a little bit of everything, right? But if you have certain traits, and if you can succeed by having empathy, compassion, knowledge, well, then hopefully, then that means wealth, fame, and everything else falls into place.
Falls into place.
Falls into place, right? I don't need to be Brad Pitt. I don't need to be that famous. But if we can share a message out there with everybody out that's watching us, and portray the truth that I feel, and they still follow us, well then I did my job.
Then we're doing the right thing.
Honestly,
doing the right thing.
my idea for wealth
Yes.
is empathy and compassion. Because it makes it is a value to me. Wow.
I agree with you.
Look at this. Look
Yeah,
at this.
I 100% agree with you, but you just have to go on top of me with what I said.
No, I know, but I'm just saying as far as I go. But then fame is not a
No.
not a factor.
No.
No.
Can it come with that?
It can, but it doesn't have to.
But that shouldn't be your end all be all.
Right.
Right. And I'm agreeing with you on that. Why you gotta fucking stop?
I'm
me
not-
with that?
It's,
Why-
just-
Well, it's like okay.
it's like Tony T redoing your sentences.
Yes. Oh God, dude. When we set this stuff up, I'll say something and he's like, no. Let me.
Let's say like this.
Let's say it like this. He tries to make it better.
Oh, that's great.
But it works.
It does.
It works. That's how we develop, and that's how we get
All
better.
right, I think your last bullet point.
Okay.
Though,
Yes, please, because I'm gonna start talking shit.
phases men go through. I mean,
Oh, okay.
That kind of goes back to the multiple identities type thing.
Well, yeah, because
But as you're growing up, you know, like let's just say you start trying to develop an identity by high school, right?
yeah, I think that's
Maybe
what
end of middle school, beginning
middle
high school.
school, high school. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's just say we're in high school, 9th grade. We get in there, we're like, oh shoot,
Freshman.
I wanna be somebody. If I'm a freshman, what do I do? Who am I gonna hang out with? You know, maybe I can hang out with the gangsters,
Yeah.
or you know, maybe I can hang out with the preppies,
Yeah.
or maybe I can hang out with the jocks,
Yeah.
or maybe the what's the other ones?
What the band?
Band.
You're
Band.
a band geek.
Yeah,
Uh,
The choirs.
the choir.
The Glee Club.
But that's when you're really trying to figure out what you are. And sometimes, you pick one and then you go with it and it's great for a while. But then at the end of the day, it ends up being not what you want.
Yeah.
And that's
Absolutely.
and that's honestly going to be the beginning of your journey of trying to figure out who you are through life.
Well, I've gone through phases.
Yeah, of course. We all
Personally,
have.
like we've all gone through phases.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like it's weird because in high school I felt like I wasn't anything, but I knew everybody. Like, I was
So you
like
had a little bit of everything.
a little bit of everything. I wasn't a jock, but I was friends with the jocks. I wasn't with the band, but I had friends with the band.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is when I
DJ.
came in, because I came in later.
Yes, that's true.
You came to a different school?
I came from a different school. Yeah, I came in later, and like my goal before I met any of these.
So hold on. How you accept him when he came in the picture?
I liked him a lot.
Oh.
He was cool.
I'm a cool guy.
So you sniff
Yeah.
his ass like, oh, cool, he can stay.
Well, Here,
Jesus.
can I tell you? Can I tell you why? He was the first one to drive.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the first
Well,
one.
that said it all right there.
I was the second one to drive. He was the first one.
Yeah,
So he would drive us to
take
his
anybody
house.
in his red truck. I had a Dookie Brown fucking Corolla.
Dookie Brown Corolla. It
Wait,
was the piece of
But
shit.
it took you A to B wherever you had to go,
It
right?
did. It did.
So
That's
but
what
before
more
I
is
got my
important.
red truck, you would drive and we'd go back to his house because his house wasn't that far from my house.
Yeah.
And dude, he would be DJing and we'd just be hanging out while he's learning his
I had a patio
Yeah.
in my room.
his pad was the shit.
It was pretty sick. Back
His
then,
pad
man.
was the shit. I won't lie.
I'm not
Like,
gonna lie.
you were
I
you
just
had a
wish
cool
I had a
place.
pool.
Yeah.
That would have been sick.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we would like hang out on
That's true.
on my roof.
Hey, but that's how we found out that I was the mouth and you're the DJ.
Okay, so
Hey, wait, we made remember the
Yes,
mix.
yes,
we
yes.
know.
I had a point.
Okay, what's the point?
I forgot now. Oh, so going back to finding your
Yeah.
identity in high school,
Yes.
like I came later. Before I met you guys, the one thing I wanted to do was like my main goal was to be in college,
Yeah.
100%, right?
Yeah.
Just being out there, fucking getting all my work done, catching up, whatever. Lo and behold, I meet these guys and I start getting into toys,
Yeah.
and here I am.
What kind of toys?
And I hear
Well,
him.
like I've gone.
Like at the time, I think Phantom Menace came out, right? Or was that
Yes.
before?
I blame Denmark
Mark.
for that because
Oh, wow.
he got me into this.
early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
but hey, listen. I mean, I'm not regretting anything. Like
No.
I met some great people,
Well,
and Puma.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. You see how the punishment I have to deal with when we're doing this
And
podcast?
but no, I mean, I don't regret anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm where I'm at right now. I am fucking happy.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't define who I am because I'm an awesome person.
Continue because you're almost there.
You're almost there.
You're there. You're gonna say it.
And I'm talented.
Okay.
I'm great.
Hey, we make good music together.
I mean,
Well, okay.
We're
so
starting.
let me state one more thing then, and this is the way I want to end this.
Well, I'll go ahead and do it.
Okay. Well, you got one more thing to say? Yeah.
Say you
he has
guys
a
said-
few.
He has another thing to say. Okay.
Yeah, of course I do.
He has one more important thing to say.
Yes.
But let me just state this: who you are right now doesn't mean that's who you're going to be 10 years from now, and who you are right now is not the same person you were 10 years prior. Right?
course not.
The people that we were in high school are not the same people that we are in our 20s and our
Nope.
30s, and the person that we are today doesn't mean that's who we're going to be in our 40s, in our 50s, in our 60s. We go through phases, right? You're solo. Then you could be married, you could be single, you could be a brother, you could be a sister, you could be a father. Those things
You're always gonna be redefining.
you're
yourself.
always going to be redefining who you are.
In other words,
in
in
one
other
way or
words,
another, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
you revolve to something new.
You evolve. So you got to understand that whatever you figure out who you are today,
Tomorrow's
just
something else.
tomorrow could be something else, and be ready to accept that because change is the most important thing
Of course.
to live in life.
change
Now-
and challenges.
and challenges. I agree.
Challenges.
This
Failures, failures and challenges will make you who you are.
I agree. This podcast is a huge challenge,
Of course.
but hey, how many times have we failed at this?
Huh.
Many times.
Many
We-
times.
We get up and
All
do
right.
it again.
So
Yeah.
tell me something poignant.
Bring it up,
Anthony
Charles.
can read it so he has better voice than mine.
Okay.
Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth.
Depends where it comes from. It's
No,
partly,
it's-
it's
no.
partially true.
No, it's actually 100% true.
It's partially
I
true.
never that's the first time I heard that.
No, but same here. But it's partially true the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Is because certain people will have facts, hard facts, if they're able to do the research,
Oh, sure.
right?
Yeah.
So
Read.
if they speak it out, some people won't think that it's facts. They'll think it's opinion. But I do agree with that.
Yeah.
But there are cases where people will be able to have hard evidence.
Oh, yeah.
Of
That's true.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So that's our
It's-
try.
it's up
That's
to
our
you
try
to-
and end it.
but
to the
here,
show.
Yeah.
no. Here's the thing: is our podcast is our opinions.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is our opinion.
This is our opinions. This
Take
is-
it for what it's worth,
You can either
Leave it.
like it, don't like it, and make no difference.
but that doesn't mean we're gonna stop.
No.
We're here to speak.
Yeah.
Besides, this is very therapeutic for all of us.
You know what? I feel therapeutic. Is that a word? Am I making up
Therapeutic-
words?
Therapeutic.
I feel therapeutic. I feel,
And we make new words here, by the
and
way.
we make up new words as we go along. I think this was a great way to start season 4
Hell yes.
because we're gonna figure out who we are as we go along for the rest of this season.
Pretty much.
We have so many, dude.
There could be some changes. It could be
Yeah,
mind blown.
You guys have no idea the shit we're gonna do.
It's coming.
yeah.
This
And
season.
we're also
We're gonna have guests on
We're
this
also
episode.
adding
on this-
somebody?
huh?
we're also adding somebody to our crew.
We will.
Right.
There's gonna be we have guests.
Yeah, we have plenty of
we have future
plenty of
hosts.
things that we're gonna do.
Stay tuned. Seriously, you're gonna enjoy the ride,
Patient. We will be alive.
and we will be live
Eventually,
eventually. We should have been live today.
Yeah,
we should have been.
Yeah,
we should have.
it is what it is. Don't worry.
We'll
be
get
with
to
you
it.
live. Yeah.
So
Trust.
like and subscribe and hit that button so you know when we go
Why are you
live.
stealing his thunder?
Why you-
No. I'm
yeah.
just saying. You repeat it.
Why are you stealing his thunder?
Like, subscribe, follow. You know what to do, and we'll be back on the next one.
Hit that bell.
And we out.
Bing.
Hit that bell. So you
Good
can
night.
get our.
And we out.
So you know when
Peace.
we're actually going live. Goodbye.
Bye.